Welcome to Milester Online channel where we discuss contemporary issues. I'm your host Pamela, and with me today is my guest Mr. Alphonse Awiti. Welcome to the show. And today is no different because we're going to discuss a topic on a 6-piece voting pattern. We all know that it's an election year in Kenya, and these topics are very vital that we discuss them so that by the end of the day we know what we are dealing with to be able to make the correct decision. And to you, Mr. Awiti, what is your view on the 6-piece voting pattern?
Politicians are in politics to ensure that they achieve or get power, and that is the ultimate goal for any political leader worth his salt. So you will find that political culture in Kenya has undergone a very big transformation since the single party days. You find that since Section 2A was repealed, the political space became open, and politicians, many parties came into the system. Right now, key political players are really keen to ensure that they have as many members of parliament as possible, and to achieve that, they have to really ensure that their bases vote for their particular parties. So you'll find it's not uncommon, or it's not unique for any leader to zone off or to consider a particular area their area of interest. Yeah.
So maybe if I may ask, what is the position of ODM and UDA among other parties in line with this 6-piece pattern of voting?
Yeah, if for example we take ODM from a historical perspective, ODM has been a parliamentary party and a strong one since 2007. You remember during that period, ODM was able to capture 99 seats in 2007, and this gave the party strength that helped the party to push its agenda through parliament. In fact, many times the government in power at that point, the PNU government led by Mwai Kibaki, had to reach out to ODM MPs so that government business would go on in the house, and even key or crucial bills would be passed. So that is why it is so crucial for, and if you look over time, in 2013, ODM was able to get 78 MPs, and that was still a significant number. And you find that still they had a lot of influence. And as time went by, 2017, now the numbers reduced to 59, and that had its strength and weaknesses. So that is why it is so important. If you look at UDA, there are members of parliament who were originally Jubilee, and right now they are associating with UDA. And if you look at the deputy president, he's keen on ensuring that most of his MPs come from that party. So having a strong political party has its strengths, and even if you were to look at political party fund allocation, that is based on the strength of the political parties.
And maybe if I may ask, why is it so crucial for parties, not just ODM and UDA, any other party, to have a big number, many members assigned to their parties? Does it help in any way?
Yes, this is so important to have as many members, and parliamentary strength is something that no key political leader want to take for granted. For example, if you look at political party fund allocation, in the last parliament, Jubilee had over 350 million shillings allocated to that based on the strength of their membership.
Yes.
ODM had about 165 million shillings allocated, and that was actually even the basis of ODM disagreement with other parties like ANC and Ford Kenya. Of course, if you look at these other parties, you'll find that those other parties did not have strong presence in parliament. They had fewer members. So even the base for allocation of political parties fund missed this part. Yeah. So that is something that is important. That is why the need for having widespread political presence in terms of numbers in parliament is so crucial to these leaders.
So what are the viable options of ODM as a party in the face of this shrinking party representation at the local and national level?
That has its own strengths and weaknesses. It depends on the way the ODM leadership would decide to handle that issue. For instance, if they open up the political space in their bases such that they allow other parties to come in, then the fear is, or the challenge would be that their presence in parliament would be affected. And that is why you find that the ODM leader, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, is keen on ensuring that his bases maintain the 6-piece voting pattern in order to ensure that as many leaders as possible, or as many leaders as possible are elected on that party ticket. Again, just like if you look at the issue of even independent candidates, it is not something that the party is taking lightly. Yes. Yeah, because they know that if any of their bases is affected, then or someone goes using another political party, then the challenge is that the allegiance towards ODM definitely would not be as strong as the original ODM candidates. Right now, you'll find that the ODM party leader is keen on even raiding other bases, the bases of other candidates who, in the national spectrum, is seen as weak. This is doing, and he is doing to extend to ensure that his party presence goes just beyond his natural basis, and this is so important for him. So going forward, I think the issue of 6-piece is something that the key party leaders would still want to hang on as much as possible, even as they go for coalitions. You'll find that they would want to zone off particular areas to ensure that those areas remain their bases, and only allow fair nomination or nomination of other parties in areas where their presence is weak. Yes.
In your own opinion, what are the preferred approach that ODM or even UDA would champion for?
In a few months' time, there will be a political parties nominations. This is coming up in the months around April, May. Yes. And this is something that many parties have planned, and it's expected to be done well for those parties that are strong on the ground. One thing that, just like I said before, the forms of voting has to be very clear, or the way in which nominations would be conducted should be clear. One of them, just to let our viewers know, is the approach of universal suffrage, where political party members who are registered line up and vote, vote on the ballot. Like candidates, you vote for your preferred candidate, It's usually called secretly, the secret ballot voting. So just like it's done in the national election, and eventually the votes are counted, and the person who wins is declared the candidate. This has been tried by ODM before, and it had several challenges. And what came out, or the perception that is out there, it was that it was shambolic. It did not come out well. So it's one approach that if it's done well, then that would really ensure that as many candidates as possible and participate, and even those who lose would feel that they've lost fairly. So the other one is the political party consensus, and with the consensus, this involves the candidates themselves and delegates who come to actually decide who would be their best candidate. So this one involves room negotiations or internal negotiations, and once that is done, then the person who they prefer or who comes out best is the one who takes the ticket. And the last one is, of course, direct nominations or endorsements. And this is usually done at the political party headquarters. And in most cases, direct endorsements is usually preferred by some party leaders, where they feel that a particular candidate is already strong on the ground and has particular political benefits for them or for the party. So they would prefer such candidates to not to fail at primary levels, because they've seen that these particular candidates would be more resourceful to them should they get the seat or should they get to other levels. So that is an option that some party leaders still would use, but it has challenges in that it's perceived to be undemocratic, and in most cases it leads to voter apathy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Witi, again for your time. It's always an honor to have you on this channel. And to all of your viewers, we can't thank you enough. Thank you for staying with us until this far and to support us as a channel. Also, remember to subscribe, comment down below. The comment section is open to all of your comments. We'll get back to you. We'll try and get as engaging as possible. We want to hear from you what you think, what you think should be done in 1, 2, 3 issues that we've discussed today. And like it supports our channel, it encourages us to give more content, to produce more content, and we are hoping to chat with you again next time. Until next time, bye. Stay safe.